Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Charles Oliveira to defeat Ricardo Lamas. And I'm here to talk about Germaine De Randamie making her UFC return and her MMA return against Norma Dumont. My pick for this fight is Norma Dumont wins. And I might not have picked Norma Dumont to win this fight if Germaine was a fresh, healthy, active UFC fighter. But she's just got too much going against her.
Let me tell you a couple of three things.
She's days away from her 40th birthday. She hasn't fought in 4 years, which is incredible. And she's coming down to bantamweight in her first fight in 4 years at almost 40 years old. Return, some shitty circumstances, but to be fair, Norma Dumont's also going to have a very tough time getting to bantamweight as well. These are both big girls, and that could prove to be a problem for either fighter, which is really why I'm staying away from this betting wise. That and the fact that, again, like I said, I probably would have been picking Germaine De Randamie to beat Norma Dumont if she was a fresh, healthy, active UFC fighter, because I think she can duplicate the success of the girls that beat Norma. Macy Chiasson with her outside striking, at least in round one, and Megan Anderson with the one punch from a giraffe. Megan Anderson may be twice as tall as Germaine De Randamie, but both girls are bigger, taller girls at bantamweight or featherweight. And Germaine definitely has some good power. We've seen her knock out some good girls in the UFC. Aspen Ladd, Larissa Pacheco, that girl Anna Elmos. But the thing is, all these fights I just mentioned, they're spread out over the course of 10 years. She's got like 9 fights in 10 years, Germaine De Randamie. So I don't want to make it seem like this is all recent success, even if you take away the 4-year layoff. But Germaine is a better striker than Norma Dumont. I do think she would have success in a kickboxing bout. I think if she finds herself comfortable on the outside and she's able to keep Norma away from her and keep that physicality and that big ass away from her, I think she would have a lot of success and be winning the fight. But I think Norma is going to chase her down and pin her either against the cage or on the ground with her big ass. Maron. And I think Norma will win this fight. I think Norma Dumont is a way above average UFC fighter, and her one decision loss to Macy Chiasson was very close. Really, in the end, I thought Norma was definitely the last woman standing, and every victory of hers, even though they've all been decisions at the UFC level, she's had a very good gas tank, and she mixes it up well. She's not able to rip everybody to the mat, and that might not be the case here against Germaine De Randamie, but it is always an option to pin somebody against the cage. So I'm picking Norma Dumont to win this fight, but Germaine De Randamie, she's such a good fighter. She has been in the past. Look at her wins. Holly Holm, Juliana Pena, which that win over Juliana Pena was incredible. That's her one submission win, and it comes deep into the fight, deep into round 3, and it's against Juliana Pena, of all people, who went on to win the title a year and a half later or whatever. So that was an excellent win, as was her win over Holly Holm, where she won the featherweight title, even though it was a bullshit decision and she landed some strikes after the bell a few times and whatever the fuck else. She's still beaten a lot of great fighters, where on paper, I feel like on paper, she's better than Norma Dumont. And this might be a case of that next level shit where whatever, it's all a matter of matchups, and it turns out Germaine De Randamie was a little underrated here coming into this matchup. But again, she's got way too much going against her. Norma Dumont's got way too much going for her. I think if she's able to have her way, she dominates Germaine De Randamie. And if she's not able to have her way and ripping her to the mat, she still shuts her down by pinning her against the cage with her big ass. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.